Yeah. Yeah, morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Fine, thank you. So in the yesterday demo session, just I was briefing you about why Python, who can learn Python, how it was built, real-time applications, Python usage, Python features, right? So let us have a quick review what we have discussed yesterday, right? Yes. So Python is a general purpose programming, any kind of application we can develop, right? It's mostly used today, right? And multi-programming features, hybrid features, what are the features we see in different other programmings we see in Python, right? Yes. High-level language. Python is easily understandable, human understandable, it's portable and machine independent. Means it can run on any hardware and any operating system, right? Interpreted. Python is interpreted line by line execution. We are going to see user-friendly or programmer-friendly programming, which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements, right? So in the yesterday session, just I was briefing you about these things, right? Yes. So two types of languages, like low-level language and high-level language. Low-level language like assembly level, they are not human understandable, they are not portable, and they are machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. And high level language like Python, they are human understandable, they are portable and machine independent, can run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. So Python has got multi-programming features, I said, right? Yes. Python, right, has got procedural-oriented programming features, object-oriented programming features, scripting features, and modular programming features. So object-oriented programming features provide security, reusability, and flexibility, right? So even like just like C++, Java, in Python also we can go with object-oriented programming. With object-oriented, without object-oriented, with procedural-oriented, and modular programming, right? But in Java, the developers are strictly restricted to use only this feature, object-oriented programming. Without this, we cannot write a Java program or a application. Yes. We write many automation scripts using Python, right? Yes. In IoT, in robotics, in AWS DevOps, right? Like we write many automation scripts. And because of this modular programming, Python has got great boom today. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got, right, for different domains. Whatever domain you are from, right? Whatever environment you are from, Python is providing module for every environment, right? Yes. So I was saying 10 to 12 years back, like Java was mostly used. Python was very less used, right? If you go back like 10 to 12 years. Now, after 10 years, right, from 2020, 1920 onwards, right? Yes. The usage of Python has increased, right? Whereas the percentage of usage of Java has decreased a little bit. Yes. I was talking about these modules, like thousands of modules Python is providing for different domains or environments, right? Right. Modules. See, for data science, it is providing separate modules, right? Python is providing separate modules like NumPy, CP, Pandas, Matplotlib, Scikit-learn, right? Yes. Big data has got separate modules Python is providing for networking, for testing, for operating system. For OS, the name of the module itself is OS. For every database, Python is providing a module using which we can connect with the database, right? Python to connect with the database, we require a module. So we have got modules for everything: Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, CX underscore Oracle for this, PyMySQL for this MySQL, PyODBC for SQL Server are the modules. And for any file format, for every file format, Python provides a module. For Excel, we have got XLSX writer, XLRD module for creating Excel files, for reading data, writing data. Just by writing Python code, we can create these files like Excel, PDF, right? By executing the Python code, you can just check this files gets created. You create PDF, JSON, CSV, right? For every file, we have got this modules. For mathematical operations, we have got math module. For statistics, okay, we have got modules for it. For generating graphs, any kind of graph we can generate by using Python today. Normal graph, bar graph, histogram, scatter plot, stack plot, pie graph, right? Any type of graph we can generate by using Python. Today I'll show you, right? I'll save some examples, right? How to generate graphs using Python. You can just observe the coding, how the Python coding looks, and the usage of module, right? And who are using Python today, right? Yes. Python real-time applications. What kind of applications you are developing today by using Python? Mostly for web applications creations. We have got a framework Python providing like the Django framework we say. So at a rapid speed, you can develop a web application using this Django framework with very less coding, right? It has got many flexible features. It has got its own database also, like SQLite 3 is the inbuilt database for this framework. So if you want lightweight, you can go for this. Otherwise, for heavyweight, even Django can connect with any database like Oracle, MySQL, right? And today, Python mostly used in automation applications like with data science, IoT, DevOps, right? Where in data science, many blend of techniques we see, right? We call like machine learning, ML techniques, right? For all these ML techniques or algorithms, to implement or to code, we require a language. To implement or to code, we require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used programming for this machine learning or this data science environment, right? Where it has got many modules for data analysis, plottings, and visualizations, right? Even for big data, we have got like big data, Hadoop and Spark, especially Spark, very high speed processing, right? Yes, in memory computation, we say, right. So there also Spark with Python, we say like PySpark. For scientific applications, we have got CP, scientific Python. For numerical analysis, we have got NumPy, numerical Python. And for GUI animation, graphical user interface, or for animation, we have got like TK intermodule, like and PyQt, right? And for gaming or game development, today like Python mostly used in gaming environment for developing single user, multi-user online games. So we have got Python is providing some frameworks like Pygame, PyCora, right? Are the two frameworks given by Python for developing games in Python, right? For 3D games, or we have got some 3D rendering libraries like PySoy. For scheduling tasks, Python is providing Airflow for testing your test cases. And for software development, right? Most of the software developers make use of Python as a support language. And for business applications, right? Yes, well, Python is one of the best choice in developing e-commerce systems, right? And for database application, where Python can connect with any database like Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, all this, right? Networking applications, Python has got a separate framework for it. Twisted Python is a separate framework given by Python for networking applications. Web scraping data, harvesting data, or extracting data from different websites. We have got like URL lib module, right? BS4 beautiful soup, right? For these models are there for scraping data from different websites. Audio and video applications. We have got many audio video applications which already got developed, like Team Player, C Play are some examples of this. I said as part of the course, I'll also be showing you some audio and video related applications. And for embedded applications, the most famous embedded application, right? Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation, right? And for CAD application and for 3D CAD applications, Python is preferred. And for computer vision, color detection, face detection, and object detection, right? For these things, right? This Python is preferred, right? And for data analysis, yes. Data analysis and for robotics, right? Python robotics with Python, right? You have got great packages today. Desktop applications, single user applications, console applications, right? Yes. Python is preferred. And who are using Python today? Which companies are using, and topmost applications built using Python, right? Google using Python for its web search system, right? Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Instagram, right? Instagram, right? YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Instagram built by using Python. The reason for Instagram choosing for Python is its Python practicality and its hybrid features, multi-programming features. Even NASA is using Python accordingly for its various research and development activities. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python, right? Quora, there are some applications like Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, all these they are developed using Python. And famous OTT platform like Netflix using Python for its security automation and for subscription related things, right? Dropbox built using Python. MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Massively multiplayer online games, right? Yes. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. iRobot for military and commercial applications, right? Hardware testing, companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they use Python for hardware testing purpose. Yes. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, even though it was introduced 30 years ago, why all of a sudden Python has got great boom. So very less coding you see in Python. Most of the programmers or developers are attracted towards Python and migrating towards Python because of its simple syntaxes given by Python and very less coding, and nearly thousands of modules Python is providing, right? And multi-programming features, right? Yes, Python has got hybrid features. Interactive mode given by Python. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response, right? Yes. Just 1 second. Wide varieties of applications, right? Wide varieties of applications. We have got like thousands. Just now we have discussed some applications, right? Python mostly used in developing varieties of applications. Many built-in modules, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different domains, right? So these are the reasons which makes Python super popular, right? Yes. Like today, I'll be just discussing, right? Yes. Python comparison with other programming, right? So people from non-programming or zero programming, right? You can just understand this. Like how this Python code looks as compared with other programming languages. Right. So I'll show you some examples, Python comparison with other programming and how the coding of Python looks and the importance of modules, right? Python comparison, right? It's other programming. Python comparison with other programming, right? Yes. I'll take a task and I'll try to implement the task in multiple programming languages and just check and compare its coding wise, length wise, complexity wise, right? Accepting two values from the user keyboard, right? From the user keyboard and performing addition. Accepting two values from the user keyboard and performing addition, right? Yes. So first I'll write using this Java programming, right? Using Java. Later I'll just show you in Python. You can just compare the coding of Java and Python, right? So if you've got knowledge on Java, you can just go to the following code. So import java.io.star, right? Class sample, public static void main, right? String aux, throws IO exception, right? So this input stream reader I'm using, right? Input stream reader, right? A new input stream reader. I can also use scanner classes. System.in, right? Buffered reader, BR equal to new buffered reader, right? System.out.println, enter the first number, right? Enter the first number, whatever number you are entering by default taken as string of S1, right? The first string, br dot read line, right? Yes. This convert to integer by saying int I equal to integer dot parseInt, integer dot parseInt of S1, right? Yes. These three lines, right? Yes. System.out.println, enter the second number, right? Enter the second number, string s2 br dot read line, int j, integer dot parseInt of s2, integer dot parseInt of s2. Yes, say like system.out.println. Finally, say system.out.println, right? Okay. So this is what the coding in Java, right? Even we can use scanner classes. Yeah, 1 second. Yes. So I'll just take a minute in just showing you the execution in both this Python and Java, right? This is the code, right? In Java, we have written a small task to accept two numbers from the user keyboard and performing addition, right? Yes. I'll just show you the same task in Python. You can just compare how simple the Python statements look, right? Yes. Just I'll take a minute. I'm taking notepad. Within the notepad, I'm pasting this Java code, right? File save. So I'm creating a Yes. Here I'm saving it as like sample.java with this name, right? Sample.java. Just check this. So just I'll go to this command prompt and just say cd slash come out of this existing path, change your directory to Python 7 a.m. batch, right? I'll save all these files within this Python 7 a.m. batch. Yes, Java C sample.java, right? Yes. Enter the first number, it will say, sorry, some mistake, system, there is a typo in system. SYS, right? SYS. Save it, again, compile it. No errors, right? Just I can say Java sample. Yes. Enter the first number 10, enter the second number 20. Sum is what? 30. This is what the coding in Java, right? Even we can use scanner class for performing the same task, right? Here, if you observe this, to understand this Java statements, basic knowledge is required, right? Means you need to understand what is class, what is public static void main, what is ever exception, what is input stream reader, buffer reader, what is read line, right? If all this, right, you need to understand clearly. And if you can see the code, like 10 to 12 lines of code, right? 10 to 12 lines you are getting, right? The same task I'll implement in Python, right? With not more than 3 lines. And the statements look like normal English statements, right? Yes. Just check this. I'm opening this Python shell, right? This is what the Python shell, the version is 3.11.3. Yes. Let's say like file, new file, right? Just observe this task, the code for the same task. So I require 2 numbers, X and Y, 2 numbers I want. Using input function, I'll input the value for X and Y. Enter value of X, right? Enter value of X. Yes, input enter value of Y, right? Enter value of Y, right? Print X plus Y, that's it. This is the coding in Python. For the same task, what we have seen in Java, right? This is the code. Enter value of X, enter value of Y, print X plus Y. See it out like Python 7 right? Yes. Any name test1.py, any name with .py extension, run. So here, before we go, right, in Java or in Python, whatever we are accepting from the keyboard taken as string, we need to convert our typecast to int type. Int of, we need to say int of input enter value of X, int of input enter value of Y, input enter value of X, input enter value of Y, print X plus Y. Enter value of X, input enter value of Y, print X plus Y. That's it. Now just run this run module. Enter value of X, right? Enter value of X, 10, enter value of Y. 20, sum is 30, right? Yes. Very simple syntax is right, given by Python. See that, observe this coding, right? They look like normal English statements. Enter value of X in the first line, enter value of Y in the second line, print X plus Y. Okay. Now let us see some more examples, right? Just I'll show you the codes, like how this Python code looks and the importance of modules. For example, I'm taking some list of values in Python, right? 30, 10, 40, 20, 50. List of values. Print X prints the entire list. Print the entire list, right? Len, number of elements within the list. Len, there is a function called len function to print the length of it, right? I want to find the sum of 30 plus 10 plus 40 plus 20 plus 50. I no need to write any code, right? Directly I can say sum. In other programming, we need to write a lot of code, right? Initializing the sum value to 0, iterating and adding one by one, finally printing the sum. Here just says sum of X. Sum of X means sum of all these values. Max of X is 50 and min of X is 10. Max of X, min of X. Len of X is 5, sum of X. Max of all, max of 50, min of X is 10, right? Yes, just observe this output, right? Yes. Run module, right? Yes, yes, yes. 5. Length is 5. Yes. Sum is 150. 50. Maximum element, minimum element is 10. Max element and min element, right? Yes. Yes. Print sorted of X. Print sorted of X, right? Yes. Arranges all the elements in a particular order. Sorted of X means arranges all in the ascending order, 10 to 50, right? Yes. If I want in descending order, right, there is no separate functionality, right? The same thing we use like sorted of X, you will get in ascending order. But if I say reverse equal to true, means if I reverse ascending order, if I reverse it, you will get in descending order, right? Yes. Right. And if I want to add some element, a new element, X dot append, I want to append a new element 60. Yes. Adding a new element to the list and printing it, right? Yes. You can see like a new element got added 60, right? So simple syntax is right. 60 got added, right? If I want to remove an element, right, directly we can say remove, right? X dot remove 40. 40 gets removed. That's it. Print X. Run model. What is that? Removing that element 40. See, 40 got removed. Yes. Now I'll just show you one example, right? The importance of modules in Python. Thousands of modules, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for various environment, right? So I'll use a commonly used module, right? Import. If you say import only, they get imported into our program code, right? Math module. What is present within the math module if you want to check? Not only within the math, any module. say dir of that module, whatever module you use, right? Check it now, right? None more. So we got like sine, sin h, square root, tan h, tau. See, we have got some variable like pi, variable like e, variable like tau, right? If you want to print their values, if you want to print any variable value within the math module, print within the math module, what you want to print, the value of pi. Print within the math module, just I want to print the value of e, math dot pi, math dot e. Run module, pi value and e value, right? It's printing the pi and e. 3.14, e value 2.71. 3.14 and 2.71, right? Yes. Okay. For example, if we doesn't know about any particular function within the math module, for example, many functions are there. If you don't know how to work with this square root function, there is a function called help function. There is a function called help. Just like print function, we have got a help function. Help on what? Math dot sqrt. Yes, 1 second. So math dot help on math dot sqrt, right? Check this, run it. Help on math. Help on built-in function square root in the module math. It's clearly saying, right? So to the square root, provide one value x, return the square root of x. So just you provide one value x, it returns the square root of that. Yes. Math dot sqrt of 16, square root of 16. One value I need to provide, I'm providing 16. Square root of 16, it returns what? 4. Square root of 16 is 4. In this way, any other functionality, right? In the same way, you can just get the help, right? For example, there is a function like POW, power function, right? Yes. I want help on it. Help on math dot power. Check it. Run module. Help on built-in function power in the module math. Power expecting two values x comma y. Returns x to the power of y, x to the power of y, right? Yes, Pavan Jetwani, right? IDs in our course, I'll discuss about different types of IDs, right? Integrated development environments like PyCharm, PyDev, Eclipse, NetBeans. We have got like Anaconda distribution. I'll be showing you, like you working with Jupyter Notebook, Spider, VS Code. All this I'll be showing you, right? Not one or two IDs. So Python supports multiple IDs. I'll be showing you on all these IDs. Once we are done with a little bit of technical content, I'll just show you that downloading process, installation process, how to run the code, execute the code within these IDs. So help on built-in function. So here power we would have in module math. Power expecting two values x comma y returns x to the power of y. This is the power symbol in Python. It's clearly saying here x to the power of y. Fine. So just you got the syntax right. In the same way, you can explore any module of Python, right? By saying help on any particular functionality. If you want to see what is present, say dir. And what you want help on particular, say help on that. Any module of Python, math dot power. We need to provide two values, right? I am providing 10 comma 3. 10 to the power of 3. It provides what? 1000, right? Run it, check it. It proves 1000. A second. Math dot here. Run module. 1000, right? Yes. The same way, any module you can work in the same manner, right? For example, I'll show you one more, right? Just to check this, how the statements of Python without any knowledge, you doesn't have any knowledge of Python. Without that, even still you will be able to understand all the Python code, right? Just observe. They look like norm. Do you see any complex code here, right? Any complex word here? No, right? Math dot py, math dot square root, math dot power. So just I'll show you one more example, right? A graph, generating a graph with just three lines. How to generate a graph using Python. Right, it's very simple generating graphs, right? So here, right, import a module called matplotlib. Import matplotlib for plottings and visualizations, right? We use this module called matplotlib. Within that, we have got a built-in property pyplot. So instead of see here math.py, math.t, math. Every time I use the module name, right? Here also I need to use this. Instead of using this very big name, always in my program code, I'll say alias name, shortcut name as P or PLT, right? As P I say, as PLT I say, right? Yes. Yes. PLT dot plot. To plot, I want to plot a graph. You require X coordinate values. I'm taking 1, 2, 3 as the X coordinates. And you require Y coordinates. Just I'm taking some random values, right? That's it. PLT means this alias name, shortcut name, right? For this. Dot show. That's it. A graph will be generated for this, right? Module, right? Check this. A graph will be generated in this way. Observe this code, right? Yes, code in this graph for 1, 5, 1, 5, for 2, 7, for 3, 4, right? A graph is generated. Yes. That's it. Simple, a simple graph, right? Plotting X coordinates, Y coordinates, show that graph. For example, if I take a small task like age and income, I'm taking some age values, right? 30, 40, 50, 60. 5 age groups. Their salaries are like this. 30,000, 40,000, 35,000, right? 50,000. These are the salaries. Age values and salary values, right? Yes. If you check this, right, run it. You can see this a graph, right, for the age and values. So 30 years, 30,000. For 40 years, 40,000. For 50, it is 35. For 60, it is 50. You got a solid graph. You got a solid graph in blue color, right? Yes, you got a solid graph in blue color, but I doesn't want a solid graph. I want dotted graph. And that too, I want in a different color, right? Can keep comma here and say hyphen. You will get in this dotted format. Color equal to some green color I want. Yes, run module. Previously what blue, I will get green color. Green color with see this dotted style. So different styles are there. We can apply all those styles, right? But here there is no x-axis label is not there. Y-axis also there is no label, and there is no title, right? Simple, just how simple, right? Generating this plt dot x-axis label. We say x lab it's a built-in property. X-axis label, what is that? Age. plt dot y label, right? Y label. Income. And title, right? title, right? Title. Sample graph. Run module, right? Yes. Age value, income value, and sample graph, right? Yes. Right. Okay. So x-axis label, it's a built-in property. Y-axis label, title, and plotting this graph, right? Simple syntax that you won't see any complex word or complex statements in this. Yes. And if you want some different color, and if you want some different style, right? Just one more example I'll show you, right? Yes. One more example. You can just check. This statement's looking simple, right? Without any knowledge of Python or without any knowledge of these graphs. Yes. Here, plt.plot means normal plot. Instead of plot, if you use bar, bar graph will be generated. Instead of bar, HIST, if you use histogram. Instead of that scatter, if you say scatter plot. The same way, stack plot. PIE, if I say PIE, pie graph. Import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, right? A pie graph, right? So just I'll take some mobile sales. Like Samsung, Vivo, Oppo, OnePlus. I got some mobiles and their sales, like April sales. The April sales are like this. For Samsung, nearly 55. For Vivo, 10. For Oppo, 15. For OnePlus, 20. These are the sales. Now I want a pie graph. plt.pie pie graph. For what? For April sales. For April sales. I want some labels, right? Labels, nothing but the mobile labels only. Mobiles. And plt.sh4w. Show. Okay. Samsung, Vivo, Oppo, OnePlus, right? Sales. These are the sales. These are the mobiles. These are the sales, right? It's plt.py, right? April sales. labels, right? Mobiles. Run model. Check this. A pie graph is going to be generated from this, right? Sorry, April sales. April sales equal to here. Equal to is missing, right? Yes. April underscore sales, right? Yes. This equal to is missing. Run module. A pie graph will be generated in this way, right? A pie graph is generated in this way. So more sales for Samsung, less sales for CL. Next OnePlus, next Oppo, next Vivo, right? Yes. Samsung, OnePlus, Oppo, and Vivo. So in this way, right, we can generate any graph, right? Instead of pi, HIST means histogram, scatter means scatter plots. Yes. One more, like, see this complex graph, right? One more complex graph I'll show. Here you can see very simple statements. They look like normal English statements, right? One more complex graph if you see, right? Just check this. So for example, if you got 5 days of holidays, right? You want to just you spend some time with some activities. So just visualize a graph, visualize by using a graph, the activities that you do within these 5 days. So just I'll be showing you this one stack plot. Right? Import matplotlib.pyplot as plt days 1 2 3 4 5 days. What are the activities like sleeping, eating, working, playing, right? Day 1, 7 hours for sleeping, 2 hours for eating, 7 hours for working, 8 hours for playing. 7 plus 2 9 plus 7 16 plus 8 24, right? 24 hours spent for this day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. So I'll take this days plt dot stack plot. I want days as the x coordinate, and these 4 activities, 4 lists are there, right? For these 4 activities, 4 list as y coordinate. Colors for these 4 activities, 4 colors. X-axis label days, y-axis label hours. Title, some title for this, right? Let's just check this stack plot. Okay. Day 1, 7 hours for working, 2 hours for eating. This see the red color for working, this black color for playing. Day 2, sleeping increased, eating increased, working also increased, playing decreased. Day 3 decreased, day 4 increased. You can say days as x coordinates, hours as y coordinates, just a graph, right? Yes. In this way, I was just showing you, you won't see any complex statements or words other than these names, right? So this is what the coding and the coding of Python. I was just showing you some examples and the importance of models, right? Yes. So as part of this course, I'll be discussing, there is no prerequisites for Python. Anybody can update with Python, right? Like there is no prerequisites that you need to have the knowledge of C or Java in everything. We'll be discussing from the scratch, ground level to the advanced level, right? Like procedural oriented with Python, object oriented with Python, scripting with Python, and modular programming with Python will be discussed. So only for Python, like I'll be spending. So Python core, Python advanced, right? Yes, just observe. So what are the things like first, like Python core will be discussed. As I said, I'll show you the course content once again. Python advanced application oriented modules. Apart from this, like web development, UI technologies, like will be discussed, like HTML in brief, CSS cascading style sheets in brief, Bootstrap, bringing some predefined styles, and JavaScript will be discussed in brief, right? Yes. Apart from this, the framework of Python, like Django framework, the Django framework, right? I said nearly 15 plus applications. 15 plus applications will be discussed. So you can just, you'll be doing parallel along with me, right? So coming to that, right? Yes, Python, Django. Next, a project. So for these things, Python core and advanced, only for Python core and advanced, right? I'll be taking nearly 70 hours, 70 to 80 hours, right? 70 to 80 hours of time. 70 hours I'll be taking. In brief, in depth, we'll be discussing about each and everything, right? The fee structure for this is just, it's an offer batch, just 5K, 5,000. For all this web development, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, Django, all this, right? The fee structure is for this. If you want to go to full stack, right? It's 7K for this. And as a combined package, if you take, right, this only for this, it's 7K. Only for this, it's 5K. But as a total full stack, if you take total full stack development, right, you can just pay 10K, right? Yes, 10,000. For only Python code, just if you want only Python code, just 5,000 is the fees, 70 hours. So here, like nearly for this web development, Django and this project, nearly will be spending 50 hours more, 50 to 60 hours, right? 50 hours. So totally nearly 120 hours, right? So 4 months duration. For this, it is 2 months. For this also, it takes nearly 2 months. Totally 2 plus 2, 4 months. So if you take like at a single shot, if you take this entire like full stack, if you take in just pay 10 for entire this all this entire package, it's for just 10,000, right? But if you take separately, first if you go now like Python, later if you want to go for this, you will be need to go with separately, right? Fine. So what is that course content I'll be discussing, right? As part of this course, like starting with Python basics, Python operations, operators in Python, Python IDEs, different IDEs, right? Like Anaconda, Spider, Jupyter, Eclipse, NetBeans, PyCharm, all this, right? Flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, collections in Python, Python lists, Python tuples, Python sets, Python dictionary, functions in Python, modules in Python, modular programming, packages in Python, errors and exceptions in Python, file handling, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, regular expressions module. So I'll be discussing different models related to different environments. Some models related to OS, some models related to databases, some related to graphics, some related to data science, some related to big data. All this I'll be covering, right? You can just get knowledge on these modules and get great command on this Python course, right? Yes. Regular expression, extracting data from the required database connectivity. I'll be showing you the installation of one database and Python connecting with database, datetime module, OS module, advanced concepts, iterator, generator, closure, decorator, GUI programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, working introduction to data science. So important modules like Pandas module, NumPy module, Matplotlib module will be discussed in brief, in depth, right? And people who wants to go, yes, Django. If people who go for Django, right, it's for full stack. So like web frameworks, Django framework installation, project architecture, Django application creation, Django views, Django templates, Django models, advanced concepts, right? And also like UI technologies used for web development, right? HTML in brief, HTML, CSS in brief, JavaScript, right? And also like MySQL will be, and also like Bootstrap will be discussed. This is entire the structure, right? Yes. So tomorrow also everyone can attend the session same time at 7 o'clock with the same link, right? To see more on this, right? It's just I'll go with tomorrow onwards. We are going to start with the technical part, the installation part, how to install Python, step by how to download Python, how to install Python, and different execution modes in Python, PSF, Python Software Foundation. So from tomorrow, we'll be going with this. This batch will be starting from tomorrow, 7 o'clock. You can follow the same time, same link. Yes, as I said, every session is video recorded. You will be getting the recorded video of the session. Even now, you can see in the chart panel, right? You can see that in the chart, payment process and procedure, and also that if anyone has missed the demo videos of yesterday, you can check, right? That the chart it is provided. Once again, I'm forwarding this, right? Right. If anyone has missed yesterday's session, you can see the demo video of yesterday's. And once again, I pasted, right? And also the payment details is given here, there, right? So as I said, is 1 second, 1 second. So every day you'll be getting the video, I said. Now for the first 3-4 days, you'll be getting through this YouTube link will be given. Later, you'll be getting video to your Google Drive. And the clear notes, soft copy of the notes will be provided, and assignment tasks. Getting the output, as I said, getting the output you want is not the criteria here. You need to build your own code. So sessions will be interactive sessions, live sessions, right? At any point of time, as it's a demo session, I was speaking most of the time. Normal sessions, at any point of time, you can unmute and you can ask the query, right? Yes. And also a WhatsApp group will be created for the technical discussion. After gets the enrollment process is finished, we'll get a link for that WhatsApp, right? Yes. Yes. Now, if you've got any queries, you can go with your queries, right? Yes.
Sir, yesterday has said that for core and advanced, if we want project, we will handle the project too. Do we do the project, sir, for core and advanced?
Core and advanced, like as I said, right? There are two categories of people. Generally, you will get like Python used in data science project, the data analysis related projects, big data related projects will be there. But even if you want a specific project like GUI based project, we can provide
Okay, sir. Thank you.
for that. Right? But people in web development, right? Just I said, I'll nearly some 20+ applications. I'll show you. I said, right? So if you go back just previous, you see this Django apps, Django apps 1, apps 2, right? See here, my project 1, project 2, project 3. So many applications I'll say, right? Yes. Is my voice clear to all? Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
Yes, now it's good. We just lost a few seconds.
So here you can see this, right? Where these are the creations. If you go back any other, right? Any other batch, right? Check this. Nearly I said my project 1, 2, 3, 4 applications, nearly 20+ applications. I'll make you to develop, right? And even you can see the clear notes for this. Yes. We don't need to write this, how to activate a project, starting an application. In settings, we need to give the application name, right? In how to specify URLs, application URLs, how to give specify project URLs, right? And we write that the code just like some if else code or business logic, and how to create this, and go to settings, migrating, and how to migrate, and running the server and giving the request. That's it. So clearly all this already available. The importance of this Django framework is Already the .py files will be available. We don't need to create or we need to write code for it. Yes. Any other queries you got, right? Yes. So yesterday I was showing you, right? Just Google and check Python jobs, right? Lot of jobs are there. If you have got good command on the subject, right? Definitely you can get through the interview process, right? So I said like Python jobs and Django jobs, lot of jobs, right? Python jobs, you can just check, right? Especially from the last 1-2 months, like lot of jobs. Just you see like 2000, 22,000 it is, right? 22,373 Python jobs only in Hyderabad. This is given, see this Naukri. And if you see like lot of jobs, 6,178 apply to 6,128 Python developer jobs in Hyderabad. Right. If you go for Django also, right? If you update with Django, like Django jobs. Just check this Django. 27,576 Django job vacancies. People who knows Django is very less. Right. So you can get updated with Django, right? Yes, 2,200 Django jobs and vacancies, right? Yes. So a lot of boom for this Python and Django, right? So when people who doesn't want to spare like 4 months, if doesn't have time, right? If any urgency is there, even you can attend parallelly, right? This Python core and advanced with along with this web development and this Django. This in weekdays, this in weekends, right? People who wants to just like 2.5 to within 2.5 months, you can complete that, right? If you want to attend. Okay, so just I was briefing you about Python yesterday and today, right? If anyone has missed like yesterday session, you can just see that in the chart. Video is provided, right? So from tomorrow we'll go just start with the technicals, keeping everyone in the point, right? People from non-programming, everyone keeping in the sessions will go, right? Each and everything you'll be understanding from the scratch ground level to the advanced level, right? So the only thing is regular people from non-programming or zero programming regularly that day itself we need to complete the practical part for the better understanding of the next session, right? So as
Sir.
I said, yes,
Sir, good morning, sir.
yeah.
Sir, one small doubt. How is memory managed in Python, sir?
Yeah, everything I'll be discussing memory management, how what happens whenever we define a variable, what happens internally, how to print its value, how to print its address, how to print its content. And if you track not a variable, if you take some list of values, collection of values, right? How they are, how it is managed, how you will be getting that memory allocation to each and every element, right? In brief, we'll be discussing, right? It's not like a 45 hours course, right? Just in a hurry, but we are discussing nearly 70 to 80 hours we are spending on this. We'll be discussing in brief how exactly whenever you define a variable, how this how it is stored within the memory, and if you collection of values, how they are stored, everything I'll be discussing.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hey, hi, sir. One more query from my side.
Yes.
I mean, is the batch is 7 o'clock only, right? I mean, we cannot change these timings.
7 to 8. 7 to 8
Okay.
only, it's fixed.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, my office timings is after this one, maybe if we can change maybe the timings.
So timing will be,
yeah.
Timing will be sharp 7 to 8, right?
Okay.
We'll be starting at sharp 7 and we'll be ending at 8. But
Okay.
as these are demo sessions, right? Yes, it may go like a little bit 15-20 minutes, right? 8:15 or 8:20. But later sharp at 7 to 8.
Okay, yeah. After core and advanced, we can start Django also would be the same timings, right?
So for this Django, right, most of the time it will be in the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. Saturday of 2.5 hours, Sunday 2.5 hours, right? Because it doesn't mean that all these people who will go for the full stack, right?
Okay. Saturday, Sunday also fine for me. Yeah. Okay, sir.
Saturday and Sundays 2.5 hours will be right for these people who go for Django.
Okay, sure. Yeah, thanks.
So until you complete the Python for an advance, it will be same only weekdays 7 to 8, right?
Yeah, Python core and advanced will be 7 to 8
Okay.
IST. Okay, fine. So tomorrow also you can attend the session, same time, same. Tomorrow I'll just go with the fundamentals of Python, technicals like installation, execution modes, other things, right? Yes. Fine. Okay, so if I'm done with the queries, right, I'll just stop it here and we'll continue tomorrow same time. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.